Hey y'all, it's Angela again. Alright, I'm getting ready to go dump the tanks. And so I thought I would just show you how that's done. So first of all, what I do is I come in here and I go look at my station. Alright, and here is the, here is the little box that controls the information on the dump tanks. Alright, so the first one says gray, black, fresh, and battery. So your gray tank is where all of your waste from your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and your shower go to. Okay, the next one, if I push it, you see it is on full. If I push the second one, it's called black tank. That one's also on full. The black tank is where all of your waste goes from your bathroom. And then your freshwater tank is a third full, and we always try to keep just a little bit of water in there in case we're ever stranded on the side of the road, or we need to park overnight somewhere and we just need to have a little bit of water to wash our hands, brush teeth, stuff like that. And then there's the battery one that tells you how the battery on the front of the RV is working. And I'm still new to RVs. I've never used this right here, and it says pump. So we've been RVing since 2017, and we've never used it before. So I don't know about that. But what I'm going to do now is, I know the tanks are full, and the first rule of dumping the tanks is always to dump the black tank first, and then you dump the gray tank. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and outside, make sure I've got my keys, because I'm pretty sure the storage containers a lot from where we were at home this weekend. So I'm just going to come on around here. Alright, so this is what it looks like. This is the sewer dump hose. Okay? And under here you have a black handle, and over there, I don't know if you can see it, you have a gray handle. Maybe you can see it better this way. I don't know. Either way, both of them have to be pulled. So this is where you hook it up. And then it's always a good idea to have a, I know it sounds gross, but a clear thing either at the beginning or the end. Some people do both, so that you can tell when your waters run clear and the dumping process has been successful. All right, I know I've got to get out my keys here and open up the little storage compartment here. We have two of these. On one side is where we keep the lawn chairs and rugs and all that kind of fun camping stuff. And then on this side, if I can get the key to work. Okay, that's, sorry, technical difficulties. Obviously not the right key. What is going on here? Okay, I know it's one of these keys, people. Is it even locked? Okay, it is locked. So let me see. This is the first issue that I'm having, is getting that Alright, that's obviously not working. So now, ooh, watch that bug. So now I'm gonna try this one. Yeah, this can be frustrating at night when you arrive late and you're just trying to get your RV set up, and you run into problems like that. Silly little things. Alright, so this is underneath our RV. We have a water hose, should we need it. This is extra sewer hose, because sometimes you are really far away from, this extends out 25 feet, and then we have another one. Actually, we have two more, so it should go out 75 feet instead in case we need it. Just some chalks in here. We always have some tools, gloves, which I'm getting ready to put on now. So hold on just a minute. I'll turn it back around. Whoops. Maybe I'll turn you back around. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to put on some gloves. If people see me in this campground talking to myself, they're going to think I'm crazy. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm putting on my gloves. And alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is you're just going to come around here. And I'm going to do the gray tank first. So I just reach under here and I turn the knob. And I'm just going to pull it down. I take that back. See, I've already messed up. you don't do the gray tank first. You do the black tank first, which is this knob right here. So I turn it up like this, and then I just pull it, and then you can hear it maybe. Anyway, yup! That's kind of what it looks like. I'll spare you the gory details. But you just watch it run out, and sorry, I'm trying to take off my. You just kind of watch it run out there, and if you have it hooked up right, there's not really any smell. But if you don't, then it is. All right, so what's happening now is the black tank under the RV, the wastewater tank, is being emptied through this hose, and you can see it's already starting to slow down some. And most of your stuff coming out of there should be dissolved. You shouldn't see clumps of toilet tissue because if you get the right kind of toilet tissue, it is dissolvable. So you might see a few little pieces, but you shouldn't see whole hunks. The other thing is, all right, it's kind of stopped now. So what I do now is kind of just roll this hose up like this to get, you know, some stuff out. And then we come over here and we're going to close off this tank. Okay, and now I'm going to reach under here and I'm going to pull the gray tank. And you should have been able to hear that, I guess. Same thing's happening, but now I just have dirty dishwater and shower water, bath and sink water coming out of there. Again, I kind of do the same thing, just anything that might have been trapped or whatever. And this cool thing, I wouldn't be without one of these. It's called the Sidewinder. It's an RV sewer hose support, and it really helps a lot. It expands out, I think. I'm not sure, but if you're ever up a hill, down a hill, whatever, this just helps things flow better. And then this is, I'm going to talk really quickly about water. This is a hack I saw. I don't know where I saw it. It's been a while ago, 4 years ago. But anyway, if you put your water hose in a basket, it just makes it easier for hookups. So you have your fresh water connection over here, and you have your city water connection over there. You always want to go city water. And this is on that tank inside. I'll show you the third button I hit. That's our fresh water. So if we're somewhere and we don't have water access, we have a third of a tank of water in here. We don't like to travel. We don't like to travel with a whole bunch of water or waste in our tanks for the simple fact that it adds more weight to your vehicle and it sloshes and can cause you to, you know, motion and stuff like that. So we try to dump before we leave. But what we do is we flush, we go back inside, we turn the water back on, we add a bunch, probably about at least 5 or 6 gallons, just by holding the toilet down, the release valve down, fill it with water. And I have been using our RV dissolvable liquid, but now we're trying something because our sensors are starting to stick a little bit. So we are using just plain old Blue Dawn and cheap fabric softener. Now the way this is supposed to work, the fabric softener is supposed to stick to the sides and make it slick so that stuff doesn't stick. Because what happens is you might get false sensor readings because your tank thinks it's full when really it might be a piece of undissolved toilet paper or other grossness covering up one of your sensors. So it thinks it's full, but it's really not. Or it could be full and you've got a blockage because you didn't put enough water in there and you ended up making little piles. Well, let's say anthills. You made anthills. And so you have a blockage there. And what we did before we left the last campsite is we poured the Blue Dawn in there. I didn't have any fabric softener at the time, but I dumped about 2 bags of ice in there. And so as we traveled 3.5 hours from Narrows, Virginia to here in Waynesboro, the ice was in there sloshing around and everything. So hopefully we got a good clean out. So now what I'm hoping is when I go back in there, the tanks are going to be empty. Which they haven't been reading empty, they've been a third full. So I'm trying to work on that issue. But let me finish up with the water here and then we'll finish up with the tanks. Alright, so the water hose, It's connected there. I put it in this basket. And then we also have a water filter. I would never go camping and not have a water filter on our water hose. If you could see some of the water that has come out through the filter into our house, and we don't drink the water when we camp anywhere. We just always bring bottled water or bottle of water from our house. All right, so that's the water filter. You can plug it up there. Some people plug it up there. I'm not sure the correct way. That's just how we do it. All right, so now the gray tank is empty. And I'm going to go back here. It's always important to close your valves back up. What happens if you leave them open and you start to deposit stuff into your black and gray tanks, if you don't have water, I mean, if you have it open, the water has drained out and there's nothing for it to start dissolving or keep it from piling or anthilling up in your tanks. So, all right, so now what we're going to do, whoops, I forgot to take off my gloves. Sorry. Oh, and I left my keys in. I'm just going to set this right here while I take off my gloves. Put them back in my little container. Grab my keys. Now we're going to go inside and do the next step of the process. Alright, so while I'm out here, I'll just go quickly and just kind of show you our site. This is our campsite, kind of right here. Doing a little 360. We have lots of trees, thank goodness, at this campsite, because last time our RV got so hot. But anyway, don't look at the awning, it needs to be cleaned as well. Alright, so now we're going inside to complete the last couple of steps of the process. Ooh, feels good in here. Alright, so now I'm going to turn this light back on. I'm going to bring my keys back up because I've lost keys before, so I don't like to do that now. Alright, so here's our tanks. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's see. Gray tank still says 1/3 full. Alright, black tank says 2/3 full. So that is not what we want to see. But anyway, we're going to keep working with it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the bathroom and show you what we do now that we've dumped the tank. This is so gross. But anyway, alright, that's just toilet paper from where I blew my nose. Alright, we flush the toilet and we just let it run. Just let it run. To put some water back in your tank. And also it's a good idea, we always try to keep a couple of gallons of water just hidden out in different places in the RV, because if you are traveling and you need to pull over and go to the bathroom, there's no bathroom around, you can use your own. You fill the tank with water, do your business, and then flush it and put a little bit more water in there. I think that's good for right now. Now what we'll do is hopefully try to set it up right here. Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going under my cabinet, and I've just got regular Blue Dawn. And I bought some Great Value, I don't know if you can see it, Great Value 150 loads of fabric softener. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour a capful. Actually, I do 3 capfuls of this. Alright, so then I'm just, let me see, you might not be able to see. Nope. Then I'm just going to pour it, number 1. Number 2. And number 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the Dawn. So while I'm going to do that, I'm going to tell you a funny story. My husband, he'll probably kill me for this, but he can't do anything poop related. It makes him violently ill to think about it, look at it, smell it, whatever. So it's a laughing joke between us, and I am the RV tank cleaning person. And every stop we go, and he hates it because he feels like he's the guy. He should be doing it. And then he doesn't want to get sick in front of everybody while he's doing it. which I can't blame him, and I don't mind doing it. I mean, I'm a mom. I've dealt with lots of poop before in my life. It's, you know, something we all have to do. But it just makes him violently sick, so I've tried to keep him away from it. He hooks up the electric, puts out the slides. I help him with the legs and stuff. Alright, so see, now I've just put all this stuff. I'm gonna grab this. Just put all in the tank. And just kind of let it run. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of wasting it, I just put a little bit in my cap and continue to pour it in there until get the cap all clean. And two things I noticed. The other stuff I used to put in there to control smell never really, I mean, we didn't smell anything, that's for sure, but we never smelled, you know, good stuff coming out the toilet. I'm sorry. That's not often you smell good stuff coming out the toilet. But now I'm smelling the fabric softener. But again, there's nothing in the toilet because I just dumped it. So that could be a reason. The other reason I went with this is because I'm trying to get this issue with our tank sensors done. And if I can't do it myself, then we'll probably end up having to do a deep flush. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll probably have to call somebody, which I don't want to do. So I like to do things on my own and only call for help when I need to. So anyway, all right, well, that is how you dump the tanks. I'm sorry I didn't all the way dump for you. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. See how I just went from full down to 2/3. Whoops, you didn't see. I had it focused on me. All right, so I'm just checking my tanks again. Gray is still at 1/3. Now, gray is probably not clearing out because grease will get on your little sensors. I try not to pour any grease down my drain for the simple fact that it does clog your pipes, and I just try to empty that stuff or let it harden and put it in my trash and throw it away. Or the other thing I do with the grease that is going to be residual on my dishes, I try to cut that grease so that I don't have a whole bunch of it going down my drain. And this is what I use to do that. Thieves Household Cleaner is amazing grease cutting tool. I made myself a little spray bottle, and then all my dishes, which I'm just gonna go ahead and be real transparent. I haven't done my dishes yet this morning, so I'll set you up right here. Move my dinner tonight, and all this stuff over here. Take my sink top off. And then let's see. Under here you will notice I have a sink full of dirty dishes. Yuck, 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 yuck. So what I can do right now is I just go ahead and I usually wash them out. So I don't know why I didn't. Must have been tired last night. What I do is I just spray these off. None of these are really greasy per se, but last night, like when I cleaned this smokeless grill over here, see there's last night's dinner in there. That's going to be greasy. So what I'll do is I'll spray it with these. It breaks down the grease before it goes into my receptacle. A great take. So anyway, that's a little mini lesson about dumping tanks. I know it's so wonderful to hear, but that's just part of the RV life. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. If you like this channel, which hopefully will get better over time, or you didn't, just let us know. Click subscribe, ring the bell so you'll be notified when new videos pop up. And I'll be back with that funny story about last night that I said I was going to say in the first video, but I think I'm going to wait till John's here so we can get his reactions to it. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.